Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making merenguitos, merengues. Merengues is how do we describe? It's a meringue. It's a meringue, but it's a baked meringue, and it bakes to be crunchy and delicious. This time around, we're making them with lemon and vanilla. So, really quick, let's go through the ingredients. We're gonna need 5 egg whites at room temperature. Room temperature helps them rise a lot better. We're going to be using cream of tartar. We're going to use approximately, I'll say about an eighth of a teaspoon or so of cream of tartar. We're also going to be using just the zest of lemon. So lemon zest, so it's the yellow part, not the white. The white part becomes bitter. We're also going to be using 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar plus 1.5 cups of confectioners sugar or 10x sugar. I'm also going to be using some of these. These are the little ones. You don't have to use this. This is just me. I think they look cute with them, and that's how I learned to make them. So let's just get this started. Also, we're going to make sure that our, whatever it is that we're using, our bowls that we're using are free of any grease, anything that will deflate these eggs. So we're going to preheat our oven to 200 degrees, and we're going to line our sheet pans with either silk pads, or we're going to use parchment paper. So let's get started. I also wanted to run by you before we even get started is that I'm also going to be making some of these in cupcake molds, just to show you a simple way to make these, and you can make these for any party. I think they look adorable on the table. So let's get started. So for starters, in our mixer, using the whisk attachment, we're gonna add our egg whites in there, and we're gonna start our machine on low, and I'm going to add as soon as I find my measuring spoon. We're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar into our egg whites, and let that start off. And we're going to start by adding 1/4 of a cup of regular granulated sugar at a time. Let that get incorporated. Let that mix in. This is going to take a little bit. Continue to allow it to mix. At this moment, you add another 1/4 of a cup of the sugar, and we're going to let this go for about 2 minutes, and let it come to, you want it to look like a cloud, but not you don't want it to be too dry. You want it to still be glossy. So let's let this go for about another minute. At this moment, we're going to lower it, and we're going to add our zest and the last of our granulated sugar. And we're going to allow that to mix in. until it is completely risen to where we want it. It's going to go another 2 minutes approximately. So my whites are going to be checked, and what we're going to do is just give it a quick. I want you to see that it's holding its peak, and we're going to set this aside. And now comes the fun part. We're going to take the whisk out. Okay. Now you're going to grab the smallest strainer, or the one that's the finest, and you're going to start by adding half of a cup of confectioner's sugar. You want to make sure that you pass it through the strainer because you want no lumps. And what we're going to do here, see lumps, we take those out. We're going to grab a spatula, and we're going to start folding. So we just bring it to this around the side and folding it in. So we continue folding until there is no more sugar visible. We stop again. We take another half a cup. Remember, we're using a cup and a half, so we need half a cup more after this. So we continue doing the exact same thing. Until we are done with our sugar and our whites are ready. Now we are simply going to finish with our last of the sugar. And fold this in. And then it's time to pipe. I always have a sifter like this fine one that I use only specifically for cakes or anything with sugar and pastries. I try not to mix them with cooking ones. So we want to make sure we fold, and in all moments we're folding. You could tell how beautiful these whites are. You don't want to whip it because you don't want to lose your beautiful fluff that you have in here. So for starters, we're using our piping bag. If you do not have a piping bag, it's no big deal. Just use a Ziploc bag and cut the tip off, and that's it. In this case, I'm using a Ziploc bag and I'm using a star tip. It's up to you. That's all up to you what you want to do. We're going to start by making white ones. We're going to make them in those little cups. So I'm simply putting them in my bag, and I'm simply, let's see if you can see, I'm gonna pipe and bring it up, pipe and bring it up. Do you see? Pipe and bring it up. So we're gonna do this with all our mixture here. Now, if you do not want to pipe and bring it up, you could just simply pipe and bring it up. Just hold it. instead of going all the way around. So I was going like this before. I was going like this around, but you could just simply press it in and go. Okay, now at this moment, once that we have them all piped, we grab our little bolitas here, nonpareils, and we're gonna simply just sprinkle a little bit of it on it. Believe me, you're gonna end up with this all over your house. You don't have to. This is a preference thing. This is how I learned them in Puerto Rico. So we have these, we're gonna set them aside, and next we're gonna just pipe them in. To pipe them, simply pipe them instead of putting them in molds like I did before. You can, number one, either create little rosettes. They look like little roses. So we put the tip down, we go around, we go around. So what I do is I let a little bit of the mixture in, and then I go around with it and let it go. So again, I hold the tip in, go around it, and let it go. Tip, around, let it go. Tip, around, let it go. Or you can simply do like little kisses. And we continue that all the way around. Again, once we get those finished, you wanna, whoops, try not to do as much as I just did there, but you wanna just go ahead and put a little bit of these around. And these are gonna go into the oven. But before we do, we're gonna finish up the rest of our batter. Again, we're going to try a different shape now. So another shape that you can make are simple. Grab your tip to the side, let it go, and make it like a little loop-de-loop. By the way, this mixture, the rest of the mixture, I gave it a little bit of an orange tint. You can do whatever color you please. I think these are super cute. Anyways, you can make whatever shape you feel you will like. You can do so many different things with this. You can also simply just make little rounds. Or you can go and make little hearts. It's all up to you. And that's it. We continue doing this until they're all done. Top them with the nonpareils, and that's it. Then we put them in the oven at 200 degrees. It's gonna take a long time. This will probably go, you could bake them for about an hour maybe, and then maybe halfway through give your pans a turn and check if they need more time. They might not. So about an hour to an hour and a half at 200 degrees, give or take. Okay, so my merengues are gonna come out of the oven, and I'm just gonna show you very quickly what they look like. So after an hour, this is what my merenguitos look like. So these that were baked, it's still a little warm while just coming out of the oven. So you can hear that they're crisp. We let them cool in there. I grab a towel. Let me show you the other ones. These are my orangey ones that I made. Again, you can pick them up. They dry really beautiful. You gotta let them cool before you put them away. So you can tell I made the longer ones or the small ones, or the same way I made them in white, which I am putting right here so you can see. Let me make some room. So these are my merengues. Absolutely, I think they're great. I think they look great. They taste amazing. So these are my white ones also, and then we have the little ones. So this is my merenguitos. These you could use them to decorate cupcakes. You could eat them just like that. You can put them in baggies and give them to friends. As gifts, which is something my daughter normally does. I'm just trying to make room. So again, these are the meringues. I'm gonna let them cool a little bit so I can plate them and you guys can see them. Excuse my daughter in the background. Playing games. So I'm going to plate these up and show you the finished product in a few seconds. So there we have it. These are our merenguitos. You can tell we have all sizes. Put them on any dessert table. You can cook them for a little longer if you want to dry them more. To me, they're perfect. They get hard as they sit. And this is what we have. Anyways, again, thanks for spending some time with me. This is Lala here at Maddie's Puerto Rican Kitchen and More. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way, it'll let you know when my videos are up. Thanks again for watching. God bless you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.